Holy Jesus, it's cold. Yep, you read that right. Freaking high 20s. This sucks.
Turn the mic on there. So what is up, guys? It is a bright kind of day in Winston today. We are near Parkland High School, if anybody knows where that is. I got a couple of things that I just want to talk about with the community day coming up, starting actually tomorrow on Friday. And I gotta get my stamp for today, so we'll do that too. So we just picked up another Evolve 2 Pidgey quest, so we're gonna go ahead and run through that really fast. This will be my last two Pidgeys that I have. The shiny odds for Caterpie are still really low, so alright, so let's claim shiny Caterpie. Nope. Never ever. So thing number one is don't forget the basics, because there's gonna be a lot going on and this community today is gonna be kind of crazy. So don't forget that during the 3-hour bonus you have double catch XP. What's up, dude? Yeah. Yeah. Atticus Nair. Cool, dude. So you're gonna have double catch XP, you're gonna have 2 times incubator, and you're gonna have 2 times Stardust. So don't forget lucky eggs, star pieces, super incubators, stuff like that. It's the basic stuff. Like, we have basically every single community day, but you know, it's just easy to forget, especially with this week being like a 3-day event. That's a lot. Next, don't use TMs. It has been confirmed that you cannot get special moves by using TMs, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. And then last but not least, on don't forget the basics, don't evolve Dratini's. Wait until after the weekend, because Dratini's special move is actually going to be Draco Meteor, and Draco Meteor sucks. It's not nearly as good as the other dragon moves that it has in its pool. So why would you evolve it during the community day and then have to waste a charge TM versus just waiting and then possibly getting the best move to begin with? Like, why not? Next on the list is don't go overboard. So you got to keep your personal goals in perspective. I mean, if you really like certain Pokemon, if you really like Eevee, go get 700 shiny Eevees. Do it. I mean, there's not a problem with that. Also keep in perspective some of the things that are coming out in the future. Like, one of the things that I talked about in my previous video is that I want to get a ton of Larvitars, when in the grand scheme of things, Tyranitar is going to be outclassed on the rock type by Rampardos, and he's already outclassed in Darks by Weavile, and going to get outclassed again by Darkrai. Keep things like in perspective. Like, you don't have to be using all your Pineapps on things that aren't going to be great in the future. I never got Smackdown Tyranitar, so I definitely need them, but I don't need them quite as much as I need Metagross and stuff like that. Definitely keep those things kind of in your mind as you're going through the days, because you don't really have to go that overboard unless it's just a personal goal. If you have a personal goal of having 2 full teams of Tyranitar, go for it. Also remember that Charizard is going to be outclassed. He's just not nearly as good. Typhlosion and Blastoise are already being outclassed. They're just not that high respective to their DPS. So unless you just really like Typhlosion or you really like Blastoise, then they're not really worth putting that much effort into unless it's your personal goal. Last on the list is actually don't get overwhelmed. So this is the biggest community day event that we've ever had. This thing is 3 days long, 11 possible shiny Pokemon spawning out in the wild at boosted rates, and on top of that, all of the other insane Pokemon that are now shiny that can spawn that weren't possible to be shiny during the previous community days. I mean, there's so much happening. There's so many new things that you can get just going out on this community day with that said, remember, the whole point of this game is to get you out and to get you having some fun inside of a community. It's not all about getting every shiny possible. It's not all about having the perfect IV Pokemon. Make sure you have fun. Like that should be your ultimate goal, is to have the most fun possible during these next 3 days, because there's a lot of fun to be had. You just really have to want it. And last but not least, not only did we talk about going back to basics, but don't forget the basics. Your lures, your incense, your lucky eggs, your star pieces, all that stuff it's right there. It's been there the whole time, and I feel like I forget them sometimes. I forget that they exist, and that costs me rare spawns, or that costs me extra Stardust that I could have obtained. Like, don't forget that. Alright guys, so that is actually it. I know it's a super short video, super not as informative, but hopefully it will help at least somebody out there with their community day weekend this weekend. I really wanted to shoot something before I had to go back into class. I don't really have like a solid editing mobile workstation with me, so forgive me if this video doesn't look perfect. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for hanging out. We will be active as soon as the community day goes live. We will be doing plenty of shiny hunting this entire weekend. Make sure, because I'm going to be recording Let's Go tonight, probably will be playing it by the time you're watching this video. If you're into that, man, you should come hang out, watch those videos. You might find something you like. See you guys later.